It has been a year since I become a minimalist. Not that I love to label myself, but it's an easier way to name this title. Despite the label, I've been trying to adopt a minimal and intentional life ever since last year. So, 1 year later, it's an excellent period for me to reflect on the changes and the perks of being a minimalist. This is like a report book of my minimalism journey for this past 1 year, and I hope I can improve more, at the same time inspire you to start a meaningful life of your own. So, let us start with the elephant in the room. Having litter to clean is one good reason why everyone should become a minimalist. The amount of effort needed to tidy a room filled with stuff, that's daunting to me. And that used to be the kind of room I have. It always took a long time for me to clean up my whole room. The fact that my room is in front of a road is not helping. No wonder everything gets so dusty quickly. So, I have two options. Spend the time and energy to clean the whole room, or save the effort till next week. Most of the time, the second option is favorable. Now, after 1 year, after all the declutterings, I have to be frank, I still have a lot of things. But it definitely improved a lot after the first decluttering. Without all those little trinkets, all I need to do is suck, spray, wipe. It does require effort, but I'm not spending dedicated time to shine my figurines or dust my sneakers collection. That really cut short the time I need to clean my room. Next is the clarity of mind. I don't like to live in a messy space. I guess no one enjoys that as well. Not only it's unpleasant, but that also makes me unproductive, anxious, and even moody. No matter how organized your home is, as long as you are overwhelmed with things, it's almost impossible for us to have a clear mind. Of course, we can always dream to upsize into a bigger house, but that's not an option for a lot of us. So the second realistic way to live comfortably is to downsize our possessions. There's a lot of work and leisure happening in this room, and the things around me can be an inspiration of a new idea. But that can also be the biggest distraction for my productivity. And who am I kidding? They are rarely inspirational. Whenever I need to write or film, I start to look around to find inspiration. But instead of finding inspiration, I look for things to do so I can feel like I'm still doing work. And I don't know when watering plants and wiping them have become a daily priority. Keep your space simple. Remove distraction from your sight. That can help us to put focus on the task we have to complete. It's so much easier when the line of vision is free from clutter. One of the biggest perks I really enjoy is the reduction of decision fatigue. Less possession comes less decision. This is very obvious when it comes to choosing our everyday clothes. I used to be someone who took a long time to dress because I want to look the best. Putting in more time and effort so I can express myself. Just by doing that, it doesn't just waste my money on purchasing more clothes, but that also drained a lot of my mind power to make the decision about what I should wear. I was even late for a few occasions because I didn't know what to wear. Now, I always stick with the standard, and if I have to head out, not much effort and time is needed for that. Because most of the time it's the same outfit, and yet I like them so much I don't mind wearing them all the time. It doesn't apply only to clothes, it can be any menial daily decision. What food we eat, or what apps we use. With fewer decisions to make every day, I have more mental energy left for me to use it on more important works. Since we are speaking of clothes, let's talk about self-confidence. As someone who used to love fashion, my self-confidence is based on the external factor, the clothes that are on my body. But without fancy clothes, what am I left with? I don't like the feeling of that. I don't mean anyone who loves fashion is like this, but I was. So, freeing myself from the fashion trends and the need to be the best dressed makes me start to realize that I can be happy without them. And that's when I really feel good about myself. As cliche as this sounds, confidence starts from the mind and not what we own, wear, or drive. The reason why I started minimalism is to let go of my desire of wanting more and comparing less. I want to destroy the old me who always disparages my level of happiness based on what others own, and feel contented only if I get to own something I desire. That's a very toxic mindset that keeps humans unhappy. Every one of us has our desires, and I'm not immune to that. No matter how much we already have, there's always something that we want, even as a minimalist. Sometimes my inner consumerism self tend to sneak out and prompt me to buy more fancy stuff. I have to say, that's inevitable in a world where we are surrounded by medias. But it's how we deal with desire that makes a difference between a normal person and a minimalist. There will always be things that we want to buy, but not all of them are needed. One good way is to be aware of these buying patterns. Next is just wait for the impulse to fade. By then, you might realize you don't even need it. Minimalism helps me to be patient and prevent me from falling into the trap of impulsive purchase. No surprise, I still buy things, but it's done intentionally and the item has to fit my needs and financial capabilities. A lot of us have been spending whatever money we have on things we desire. I have to agree, it does give us a short rush of dopamine. But how long does that last? Probably way quicker than the loan we took for the purchase. Especially during this time of crisis, unemployment rate is rising. Many started to realize that they can't meet their monthly payment for their car and houses. I've never lived paycheck by paycheck since the only time I splurged on things and spent excessively was back when I haven't officially started working. But I did spend a month of my intern pay just for a sneakers. I've regretted most of my purchase back then, but now with the minimalist mindset of purchasing, even though I don't know how much exactly I've saved from this, I can tell from my expenses now, it's way lesser than how I consumed when I was younger. I'm way more conscious when I have to spend my money. If I don't have to, I won't spend it. Next benefit is freedom. You probably heard of this phrase, the more you own, the more it owns you. Once we have developed a connection with our material possessions, we cause ourselves to suffer from unnecessary stress if we were to lose these things. Currently, I'm not connected with my things. They are not sentimental, but I see them as a tool. I still cherish and appreciate every single one of them, but I don't baby them. It doesn't mean being reckless or abuse them for no reasons. Maybe just for video purposes. I used to treat certain products with so much care to a point where it doesn't serve me as a tool. I'm serving it as a servant. A good example will be my camera. I didn't want to take too many pictures because that will increase my camera shutter count, which that might affect the life expectancy of the camera. But yet, I've forgotten that I got this as a tool to capture memories, not something that can sit on my shelf forever. If something has to break down or lost, I'll probably be sad because I need to spend money again, but emotionally, I won't be tormented by the loss. Time is one of the best benefits you get from minimalism. We always feel that we don't have enough time. The feeling of lacking time is a state of mind. It's just a psychological stress from being overwhelmed with something so significant that we have to neglect the others. To me, there's no such thing as not enough time. We are all given the same amount of hours every day, and what differentiates every single one of us is how we utilize these precious 24 hours. In this case, minimalism can help because owning less means spending lesser time on maintaining these things. Honestly, having less clutter doesn't free out a lot of time. However, these tiny fragments of time will accumulate into significant results if we fully utilize it. Our day can become unproductive due to death of 1,000 cuts. What I've truly benefited from minimalism is knowing what I value so I can prioritize my time based on that. Next is being present, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. There's almost no way we can have a thoughtless mind. That's what I learned from meditating, because it's so hard to keep my mind clear. But the least we can do is try to be present when we need to. Even after owning less, there will still be things that clutter our mind no matter what, but at least the unnecessary worries are off the grid. I've also started to live with less digital distraction. Most of us are living in a virtual world to seek happiness or escape from reality. Removing digital distractions is one good way for me to engage in meaningful conversations and appreciate the beauty around me. Lastly, minimalism gives me the courage to fail. If there's nothing to lose, there's nothing to fear. Our definition of a perfect life is created by the society. Throughout my whole life, I've received advices telling me to pursue a safe and secured path, work in a field where there's better opportunity for me to climb the corporate ladder. But searching for a job security is not what I want. By being contented with what I already have, I can pursue what I truly want to achieve instead of being affected by the societal way of living a perfect life. That's also the reason how I started this channel, pursuing a path filled with uncertainty and risk. So these are the 10 things I've benefited from minimalism for the past 1 year, and I'm so glad that I've pursued this journey of intentional living. No matter what you want to call it, minimalism or essentialism, it doesn't really matter because they are just labels that give us the ease to search, read up, and understand more about this. And what's important is, why do you want to start this minimalist lifestyle? And I hope you can find the why in this video. And if you are new to this, you might want to check out my other minimalism video on this channel. If you enjoyed this and love to support this channel, you can help me with the like button and subscribe to this channel. I have a Patreon link at the description below. Your contribution and support can help a lot to keep this channel going. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you guys again next week.